Muchas gracias. No more thank you. No more thank you. No more progress. No more progress. We don't need to any progress. Okay. So, what's Dharma? What's Dharma is? What Dharma is true ourselves. True ourselves. See, what's true ourselves is when I clap my hand. Everything just come up. And at the same time disappear. This is Dharma. This is a true ourselves. What we think about, thinking about what's thinking about the self or ego. That's a creation. No, the thinking was solved. That's a delusion. There is no existing. What you think about the self or ego. No existing. Nothing. That's what you think about the self or ego. Just existing in your mind. Only in your mind. What you think about the self or ego. This one is completely different from what you thinking about the self or ego. This is Dharma body, not a human body. This is Dharma body. And very fortunate, this Dharma body has 6 senses. 6 senses. See, the eyes, ears, the nose, or the mouth, and the kind of body and thinking. Then, how you can just how you'll be able to realize who you are is you'll be able to realize who you are by these 6 senses. Only human being has what is the function of the recognition. Function of the recognition. With this, the function of recognition, you'll be able to just realize who you are. Otherwise, it's impossible to realize who you are. So, only one chance. Whether you'll be able to just realize who you are or not within your life, within our life. Only one chance. And that's the reason Shakyamuni Buddha or the Alex just recommend us to do that. Only that we'll be able to just realize who we are. Although it's a very simple. See, when I face this, I just become as I face it. See, this is the true ourselves. There is no separation. There is no separation between this and this. This and this. See, no separation. Exactly one. See, what you think about the self or the ego never intervene between this and that. Completely no separation. Completely no separation at all. Oh. This is our truth. Never be deceived by thinking. And then you just recognize that. Then this one and this thing, they completely separated by thinking. See? This is delusion. See? Before you recognize this one, what you think about the self never exists. This is the most important thing for human being. We are totally misunderstanding about. We are totally misunderstanding about who we are. That's reason. That's reason. Jinen Roshi just they mentioned about who we are, something like this. Today text is what is it? Number 69. Continually he just mentioned about Dharma. See, all our activity, all our activity, just the doing right now, right here, is a Dharma. Dharma activity. What thinking about other people? What thinking about what people thinking about it is human beings, human activity. That is a total misunderstanding. Our activity is complete and universal. Complete and universal. Nothing concerned with what we think about the self or ego. This is the most important thing. So that much other people are totally misunderstanding about to ourselves, about to ourselves is complete and universal, because without what we think about the self or ego, without what we think about the self or ego is complete. You see, perfect. That's a reality. That's the truth. The Shakyamuni Buddha, first person. Shakyamuni Buddha is the first person who just realized this reality, this truth. Without what we thinking about the self ego, we are just acting. We just acting. See, right now, right here. All activity, you see, all activity, even what we just do, what we are doing with the hand, leg. See, that's a Dharma activity. That's a Dharma activity. See? Not the human activity. So we have to realize this. If you can just realize this, see, if you can just realize to yourself, you are completely satisfied with everything, and you feel great ease. You see, there is nothing happen what you think about the trouble or question or the problem. Very, very, very easy. Completely great ease. Right. So we go back to today's the text 69, number 69. When all dharmas are the Buddha Dharma. See, actually, all dharma is all activity. Our all activity is all Dharma, Dharma itself. Our activity is a Dharma activity. See, not human activity. So our activity itself is a Dharma itself. Our activity is a Dharma activity. Nothing concerned with what we are thinking about the self and ego. Not a human activity. See? Okay. And then all that activity, Dharma activity, and what we thinking about the human activity is completely different. Completely different. That's the reason, again, I was just mentioned our teacher, something like the all dharmas of the Buddha Dharma are completely different from those of the general public. What people thinking about? See, completely different. See, Dharma. What is it? Buddha Dharma is without what we thinking about the self or ego. This is Dharma, the Buddha. Oh, excuse me. This is the Buddha Dharma. See, what we thinking about the human, the Dharma, human activity is a creation of the thinking or thought. That's a delusion, not exist at all. See, that's kind of activity. That kind of activity just exists in your mind. Only in your mind. Our activity is a complete and universal. It means our activity is nothing concerned with thinking or thought. See, something like this. This is a universal activity, not a human activity. Okay. So put yourself here and look at the things one by one and call them all dharmas. Okay. So any activity, every activity is a Dharma activity, Buddha Dharma. See, so the Dharma activity, not the human activity at all. This is very important thing. You see, never misunderstand it. You cannot separate. You cannot separate yourself from things. See, when I face this, I simply become as it is. See, no separation at all. But what people think about it, this is this, and this is the other. This is completely misunderstanding. Okay? This is this, but this is this. No separation at all. No separation at all. Okay. This activity is first. This activity is first. This reality is first. Then you recognize this kind of separation just happen and come out. And then you just think about this one, the other, and this you just thinking about this one, what you think about the self or ego. Totally misunderstand. Totally misunderstand. Put yourself here and look at things one by one and call them all dharma. You cannot separate yourself from things. Completely same. Complete same. Not the different at all. One. Okay. Before you look at them, you and things are not separate. Before you look at them, before you recognize this, before you recognize this. See, you and things are not separate. See? You and excuse me. you and things are not separated, but living as one. Such is the reality. See, any activity, any activity, any other conditions. We just simply become as it is. No separation, no separation. This is our reality. This is a to ourselves always. It's simply just because. So we just are doing this kind of activities always. We just acting. See? Like this activity. See? When I say this, I just become as I always see, without doing anything. What kind of activity is it? What kind of activity? Why do we have to just become as we face? See, this is the most wondrous. This is the most wonderful, questionable, questionable things. People never just, people never, people never, even people never question it. This is the most questionable and the most wonderful things. Without doing anything, we just simply become as it is, as we face it. See, why do we have to become as we face it? See? Is there any reason? Is there any reason? Without any reason. Without doing it. See? That's the reason. That's the reason people cannot solve or figure out what true ourselves is, what true. If you can just have a kind of question, if you just question it, if you question it, you'll be able to figure out what it is, what true ourselves. This is the most important thing. Also, people just miss it. This is very important. Always just people miss it. Unfortunately, people never be able to just figure out who we are because people just miss it. This is the most important thing. When I just face this, see, I just simply just become as it is. See, as it is, as it is, as it is. Okay. The way you are living is called the old Dharmas. And every activity we are doing in daily life called the old Dharma. The old Dharma is the Buddha Dharma. It's the same, but the expression is different. Only expression is different. But what it says is exactly same. Okay. The way you are living is called the old Dharma. Or you may say the way you are living is called the Dharma activity. Okay. But if you don't look at it, you don't know it's there. Yeah. But if you don't look at it, you don't know it's there. See, this is very important. There is a separation between this, between things and what you think about the self or the ego. So that's the reason. Before recognition, there is nothing exists, nothing existing at all. Then you recognize this. then you recognize this, able to know much about what it is. See, because you just recognize this, then as I always mentioned about this when the this is completely be separate, then you'll be able to recognize what it is with thinking. Well, so thinking and so this is what you think about the self or the ego. This is totally misunderstood. Totally misunderstood. What's the reality is when I face this, we simply become this oneness. Oneness. See? Oneness. Itself. So itself never be able to just know much about what it is, because itself, and also it's not necessary to know what it is because of itself. You see, that's the reason we never be able to be aware of what it is, what's going on here. You know? Then you recognize this. Then you'll be able to know much about what it is. See, that is the creation. That's the creation of thinking also. The illusion. Never be deceived by thinking of. This is very most important thing. This are the misunderstanding. These are the misunderstanding cause us trouble, question, problems. Only this misunderstanding. Okay. Well, I will switch. You understand? Oh, this is very important things. Before you look at them, before you recognize them, before you recognize it, see, things are you and the things are not separate. You and the thing, it's not separate. No separation at all. See? Then you recognize this. You look at this. Then kind of the what you think about the things come out. Because, but that is not a truth. That is not a truth. Things doesn't mean anything, but it's just things. Things doesn't mean what we're thinking about the thing, but just think, just think. Without think, what's the meaning of a thing? Just exists as it is. It doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Okay. You and the things are not separate, but are living as one, exactly oneness. The one. See, no separation at all. Such is a reality. This is a reality. This is the truth of universe. This is truth of universe. This is truth of what we think about the self or ego. What you think, what we think about the self ego never exists. See, because of oneness. See, itself. How do the personal things what you thinking about the self you exist without no space and no time. You see? Because there is no spirit, there is no separation. See? As far as no separation, no separation, the time and the space, or time or space never exists. There is no space, no gap to exist. for the time or space. See, nothing exists. You see, this is very important. Okay, the way you are living is called all Dharma. See, more you may say in another words, you may say, see, this is no, there is nothing exists. Nothing exists at all. Although there is nothing exists, one of the things is this is Dharma. One of the things when I clap my, then everything's come out. Everything's come out. See, when I clap my hand, what do you thinking about the universe just come up and completely disappear at the same time. This is a reality of the universe. See, this reality is entirely different from what we think about the universe or the people or the human being. Entirely different. Okay. If you cannot see it, existence doesn't come. Existence doesn't come out. See? When you recognize it, if you even you never just recognize it, you never recognize this. See, existence of these things never come out. Never come out. So in other words, in another word, because you recognize this, then kind of things just come out. But this is not the truth. This is not the truth. Okay. This is very, if you cannot see it, existence doesn't come. Because you just recognize it, because you see it, the kind of thing just come out later. But before recognition, there is nothing. There is nothing existing. Very understandable, but very important thing. If you sincerely realize who you are, our true existence is far beyond what thinking about self or even in concept. Far beyond. That's the reason we have to do. Excuse me. There are things that can only be said if they are looked at separately, such as how it can be heard, being or sound. See, when I clap my hand and sound come out, see, then people just because it's crazy. Because crazy is in a crazy, clap his hand and the sound come out. This is totally misunderstanding. This is totally misunderstanding. When I clap my hand, it simply becomes this sound. So you simply become this. No separation. One. So you never be aware of what it is. See? Then you recognize those things later, slightly later. See, quickly movement. Then you just recognize sound. Sound, because creation is not craft. This is totally misunderstood. See? That's the reason when Zen master practice with Zen master Nyojo, he just said on the kind of next hit Okay. Oh, Kazan-san, you come back first. You come back first. Next, Gary-san, you come back. Yeah. Indira Neil-san, you come back. One by one, what people thinking, one by one, people just come back. This is totally misunderstanding. Very fortunate. Another one by one. See, when you Kazan-san come out, that's it. Then the Gari-san come out. See, that's it. Never one by one. This is. See, always completely cut off. Completely cut off. But thinking is, Kazan-san come out. And then next, Gary-san come out. And the kind of relation. See, the things is related by thinking. See? But things exactly this, completely this, and this, this. So no connection, no relation between the things and the thing. See, always as it is. This is a real. Always as it is. No separate, no connection, no relation between the things and the thing, and matter and matter. Completely the separate, completely separate. Very fortunate. That's the reason there is no problem or no question at all, trouble at all, because always just completely each thing, everything is completely separate, completely divided, completely divided by what you think about the Dharma. This is the Dharma. This is Dharma. Nothing relate. Nothing relation at all. Always just completely divided. So there is no problem. Okay, if you can't sit, if you don't recognize, so nothing come out. Nothing come out. See? Once you just recognize that, so everything's come out. That's it. See? That's it. Before recognition, nothing happened. Nothing, because the thinking never come out. Thinking never come out before recognition. See? Thinking never come out. And you just recognize. See? After recognition, everything come out. And this causes you trouble. Unfortunately. Or fortunately. Okay. But if you don't look at, you don't, it's the, if you can't see it, existence doesn't come up. There are things that can only be said if they are looked at separate. See? When you recognize it, see, then you'll be able to know, you'll be able to understand what it is. Before you just recognize, before you just recognize, there is nothing existing. There is nothing existing because you don't know much about what it is. You don't know much about what it is. Okay, very good. So, but people keep a distance from things and haven't see the state before they separate them, and they even haven't used it. have a name. See? If you can just realize who you are. So, in other words, if you can just realize before recognition, so then you completely realize what's thinking or thought. So, then you'll be able to make use of it. You can just freely, you can just use the thinking or so words or letters. You can just use it. See? That's it. That's it. Shobogen. Shobogen described by the Zen master Dogen. He just described. He just described whatever. See, whatever as he just wanted to do. See, he can just use anything. You can. See? Then he just what's the truth, whatever. Then very unfortunate person. Even people just read what he just writes or wrote as Shobogen. People never be able to understand what he just wrote. Very fortunate. See, very fortunate. You can do it. You can do it. You can make use of everything. See? Once you realize who you are. See? But right now, you can just use the thinking or thought. You're gonna be confused. You're gonna be confused. But that's not different. That's different. It's just like heaven and earth, completely different. So that's the reason Shakyamuni Buddha or the Patriarchs just recommend to realize who you are. As I always mention about our true self is entirely different from what you are thinking about the self or ego. See? So, but people keep a distance from things and haven't seen the stage before they separate them. See? People never be recognized or realized before recognition. See, before recognition, what's going on? What's going on? The people never, even people just ask, even people never be able to assume what's going on before recognition. What's going on? See, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. See, before recognition is a complete and universe. Before recognition, the things just going on. Then, before recognition, the things going on to be complete and universal. Very great. When all Dharmas or the Buddha Dharma in this state. So, see, once your thinking also completely ceased, then there is no separation. There is no separation between death and death. This state, what you called enlightenment. There is nothing existing. Then you connect this the kind of things like what you thinking about the self, ego just come later. That's the creation of thinking also. This is not a reality, this is not a truth. They never be deceived by thinking of self. See? True, what the reality is, there is, what the reality is, there is nothing exists. Nothing exists. That is a complete peace. Complete peace, nothing exists. So, nothing trouble, nothing question, nothing problem, never happened. Very great. Okay. The reality without separation or distance. The reality without separation or distance. Such a great state, such a great, the most wonderful state, condition, circumstance. The reality without separation or discretion or distance. See, time and space never happen. See, time and the space never happen. Yeah. This is the reality of the universe. This is the reality of the universe. This is the reality of what we're thinking about true self. Right? To live with fact as fact, it is not a matter of knowing a fact as a fact. See, one of the things is, see, when there's a patriarch exists, people just understand, that is a fact. That is a fact. That is a matter. That is another. That is another fact or matter. That is a matter of fact within thinking or thought. That is another truth. You never, never misunderstand it. See, if you know much about the fact, if you know much about what's going on here or matter, this is still within thinking or thought. Once you become things as it is, see, the fact or the matter what's going never happen, never happen, because as it is, because of itself, the fact or matter or whatever, the Buddha Dharma never exist, never come up. See? So this is a very important thing. See? To live with fact, to live with facts and as fact. It is not a matter of knowing facts as fact. Fact itself doesn't mean anything. Even your fact itself, you don't know much about facts, truth, reality. Those things never exist. Even if you say suddenly, there is a distance of it suddenly. Yes, it is. Right. So what are the Master Dogen just teach us? See, if you realize suchness is the true ourself. If you sincerely realize who we are, see, who we are is right now, right here. So suddenly you have to do, you have to practice suddenly. Right now, always you have to do it right now, right here. Never say tomorrow, never say the day after tomorrow. Right now. See, always right now. Nothing happened. What's thinking about the past or the present or future. That's the creation of thinking. See? Always right now, right here. See? Always. That's the reason. That's the reason you'll be able to just aware of. You'll be able to aware of who you are doing because right now, right here. Always right now, right here. Okay, this is a very important. So you have to practice. You have to practice right now, right here. Right. Let's see. Never just postpone tomorrow. That else. Postpone the tomorrow. That else tomorrow. Do it right now, right here. The most certain things, all event, you see, is that nothing will come more surely than this. Oh, very great. Definitely. This definitely congratulations. People just die. Definitely. without exception. Very, very great. Yeah, definitely people die. So within our life, only one thing we have to just do. We have to do is just realize, who we are. If you just realize who we are, then even life and death, or the illness, or the age, for people, those things is always question and trouble, suffering. Because once you just realize death, once you just realize who you are, those things never bother you at all. Right. That's the reason this realization is a complete in the universe. So we have to do it. Zazen is the right gauge of the Buddha Dharma. Zazen is the right gauge of the Buddha Dharma. Nothing is used. It directs itself. There is no gauge of direct entry other than this. There are so many teaching about how we will be able to do something. But those practice, the instruction, still within thinking. So what's still within thinking is that people just try to change, or try to put aside or something else. What do you think about the self or ego? People just want to change, want just to put aside or throw away. But this is still within. The true self is such a huge one, so that people never just understand how huge it is. People never be able to understand how huge we are, even in the concept. So once you just realize this huge existence, huge reality, you never think about throw it away, change it. You never think about it. That's much huge. You never be able to just change, or you never be able to throw it or get it away. Yeah, get rid of it in thinking or by thinking what totally impossible. Such a huge existence. Right. So once we have to realize who we are. Only one chance within our life. Within our life, we have to just realize who we are. So this is the end of this session. So maybe in June we have a kind of Dharma talk. Hopefully, maybe I may not be able to be in this year. Maybe hopefully I wanna be. But nothing guaranteed at all. Well, even Kazan just guarantee me to be here. It's totally useless. But it's all right. Hopefully we'll be able to meet each other in June session. So time being. Meanwhile, you may just see Yanisha, as I just always mentioned, 1 square meter space. Totally not. 1 square meter, but maybe half of your life. They simply just said, see, there's other names, as the Zen Master Dogen, the teachers, thinking, thought. See, this is the most troublesome thinking. Although thinking of thought is not troublesome at all. But for what you thinking about the self or ego, it's cause us trouble. It's cause other people trouble question. See, so that whatever just thinking or thought just come out in your mind. Simply this as this is totally not. This practice, this that. See, you will be able to constantly contribute. Then you'll be able to just encounter through yourself. See, very good. Congratulations. Very good. Okay, thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias. See you next.